everybody. Hope everybody's doing just fine. My last video, I'm going to talk about development and inheritance. So in the previous two videos, talked about the male reproductive system. We talked about the female reproductive system, male sperm and the female egg coming together and producing a baby. Okay, so that's going to be the topic of our of this video. Here, so the ideal thing is to know that this secondary oocyte right here is going to be released on the 14th day. See a little hole in here? Little hole. That little hole is going to release that secondary oocyte and picked up by the fimbriate and stored here in the infundibulum and wait for that sperm to come. Okay. All these sperm are going to have to go through an acidic environment. Several thousand will finally make it up to the infundibulum / ampulla of the fallopian tube. And I'm going to show you this one diagram which I find super interesting, and I'll probably get this thing magnified a little bit better. You can see here, awesome diagram. So all those sperm have to go through an incredible journey to finally get to that egg. And of course, kind of like the easy part, because the female has to worry about the rest of it for the next 9 months. Okay, so that's why it's very important to let the female and the doctor and her family decide what's best for the baby. Okay. Here's the secondary oocyte right here. Here you can see the corona radiata, another obstacle the sperm has to get through. Of course, pretty much like a barbed wire fence around that secondary oocyte. And then here you have the Zona Pellucida, it's number 2. And here you have the female pronucleus. Hopefully that sperm, I think there's a sperm right there. There's a sperm right there, just was able to get in there. There's a sperm right there. You can see here the female pronucleus up here, about to complete meiosis II once it gets fertilized. This egg gets fertilized, meaning that they exchange chromosomes. And here's the male pronucleus going to the female pronucleus. Okay, here you see the male pronucleus and the female pronucleus. Ironically, male is pink is male and blue is female. Here you can see both nuclei lining up, and see this little spindle fibers here connecting the two. Here you can see that the second polar body was released. So it was 1, 2 once the egg got fertilized. And then eventually you can see here in this model, because they're both haploids, okay, and they come together making a diploid, which is 2N. So one half of the cell will have 50% of the mom's chromosomes and 50% of dad's. You can see the two polar bodies here and here. So this is pretty much called the Blastomere stage, when the cell divides into 2 and 4. You have 2 cell stage and 4 cell stage for Blastomere. Okay, here you can see the secondary oocyte with the corona radiata, the Zona Pellucida. That's the female pronucleus right there. Okay. Now in this next stage here, you can see here you see the sperms with the black lines there, trying to get in there, and only one will get in there. And the Zona Pellucida, the corona radiata starts kind of dying away. And here you see the male and female pronuclei. Okay. You can see the male and female pronuclei and the spindle fibers starting to form. And then here, amphimixis occurs and cleavage begins. Here's cleavage. And then here you got the formation of the blastomere when one cell becomes 2 cell stage. That's just kind of the beginning stages. This hasn't even been 30 hours yet. Let me show you this one instead. Okay, cell to embryo. You can see the corona radiata, Zona Pellucida, step A, right here. Secondary oocyte goes up here, waits at the fallopian tube for the sperm to come. Here's the zygote when the sperm here comes to the secondary oocyte. Okay, and it takes about 7 days to get from here to here. Here's the blastomere 4 cell stage. So this one corresponds to that one. Then here we have this one, which looks like a mulberry. So that's called the Morula. Then here we have the blastocyst, which eventually will implant into the endometrial lining of the uterus. And up here in the blastocyst, here you can see the Yolk Sac Formation. Okay, then here you can see the Chorionic villi, which are like finger-like projections that are formed around the embryo, which kind of digs into the endometrium. Here you can see the yolk sac. You can see the neural cell, the spinal cord and brain of the baby, and here's the amniotic sac. And here you can see the fetus starting to form. Once you can start seeing the hands and the feet, there you go, fetus. And then you can see a little tiny baby. Okay, so here's a model about a fetus, about a month old. Okay. Well, here you see the, I guess I'll take that off. The ovary, the fallopian tubes, the fimbriae leading in here. You can see the chorionic villi that attach to the endometrial lining. Okay, so it's about a month. I'll show you a developing baby here at the 4-month stage. So this will be the second trimester. Okay. And then eventually, here you can see the baby growing much bigger. This is 6 months. Okay. Pretty big, 6 months. That's the beginning of the 3rd trimester right there. So that baby is pretty well developed. Let me see what else we got here. Let me just show you some diagrams here. You can see first cleavage division, Blastomere, 4-cell stage Blastomere, Morula, and then the blastocyst, which implants into the uterus. You can see the fertilized egg going into the endometrial lining, making a touchdown. And just think of a ship landing on the moon. Here's the ship landing on this moon, which is the uterus. And then here you can see it digging into the endometrial lining and implanting itself for the next 9 months. God willing, everything will be fine. And that's day 6 to 9. I just showed you. Like I said, it takes 7 days from the fertilized egg and ampulla to reach the endometrial lining. Then on day 10, here you can see the Yolk Sac Formation. In that yolk sac, you'll be able to provide all the nutrients to that baby. Okay. Then you have gastrulation on day 15. Very important stages. And it hasn't even been 2 weeks. On gastrulation, you have the Endoderm, Mesoderm, and Ectoderm. Ectoderm will give the nervous system, will give rise to the nervous system, Mesoderm to the muscles, generally, and an Endoderm will give rise to all your visceral, your digestive organs. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, and week 10. Week 10, that's still part of the 1st trimester. Let's see what else we got. Here's the amniotic sac with the amniotic fluid. You can see the chorionic villi. Here you can see the first 12 weeks. Week 3 is week 4, week 8, and week 12. There's the umbilical cord. Whoa, here's a 4-month-old fetus. Yes, you can. There's the eyes, there's the nose, there's the mouth, there's the fingers. I can't see the, oh, there's the wrist right there. And here's the head of a 6-month-old fetus. So the 4-month-old, and here's the 6-month-old. And then let's see here. There we go. There we go. And this is pretty much pregnancy at full term. Note that the positions of the uterus and full-term fetus within the abdomen and the displacement of abdominal organs. Definitely, because you are constantly having to go to the bathroom, urinate, because your bladder is squished pretty much, and all your intestines are pretty much squished. So, you know, because the baby's taking up that whole entire space. And then finally here, the stages of labor. Fully developed fetus before labor begins. Notice that the head is pointing right at the cervix. Okay? And here you see the dilation of the cervix. Here the dilation, the cervix is dilating, opening up, ready for the head to come out. Here you have the expulsion stage. The baby's coming out of the cervix. Incredible how you can get that head to the cervix. Amazing. And then here you have the placental stage. You see the placenta coming out here. So that's pretty much it. And that's it. And then you have your baby. So to summarize what I just did here, the male sperm and the female egg come together. The egg is fertilized. It takes 7 days for that fertilized egg to go from the infundibulum/ampulla and implant itself into the uterus. During those 7 days, you have the fertilization, you have the Blastomere 2-cell stage and 4-cell stage. Then you have the Morula, which is division of cells from 8 to 16 to 32 to 64 to 128. It's Morula because it looks like a mulberry. Then from Morula you have the blastocyst, okay? And then you have the gastrula, which forms the endoderm, ectoderm, and mesoderm. The baby will start forming the neurocell, and then from there it'll start forming a fetus. Already in 1 month you can already see the body parts, okay? And the baby's head will start positioning itself, will hopefully be positioned already towards the cervix, where the baby can eventually will come out after 9 months. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's the development and inheritance. That's how baby grows inside the mother, and pretty incredible how one tiny sperm and one tiny egg can come together and form this huge, humongous person eventually. Okay, well that's it. That's it. I'm done with my videos the second time around. And hopefully all these systems that I've done on all these videos will help you out for a very long time. Take care. Good luck. God bless. Bye.